Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our podcast where we speak about the importance of the inner peace, of the mental health and well being. And of course, it's all connected. It comes down to our thoughts and feelings. And even though we can't see our thoughts and feelings, those are very important for our whole sense of happiness, and we should not neglect them. Why I say this? Because I want to point out in this podcast that even though we are, let's say, developed society in terms of technology, we are hugely underdeveloped when it comes to our thoughts and feelings. Because instead of putting these very important at the first place, we put them sometimes at the very end, and sometimes we don't even take them into consideration. Let me give you an example. As you might know or not, in the Czech Republic it's for a long time a kind of lockdown. And as in any other country, this lockdown is or brings some rules, and some businesses can run and some businesses can't run at all, and some businesses can run but in or under some restrictions. So this is something, let's say, very common to this year or the last seasons. But what is here that caught my attention and which is very highly connected to our inner world, and it is the fact that if you go out in a shopping center, let's say, here in the Czech Republic, you can very easily see that it's easy to go there and buy cigarettes, because the shops are opened, those who sell cigarettes and newspaper. So the tobacco shop is just open everywhere. Just today I found 2 of them. And this is very, very sad. Because how can you leave the shops for cigarettes and alcohol to be opened so people can easily, have possible contact and go and buy these drugs, when on the other hand you don't allow people to go and see their therapist or mentor or psychologist? Because you may not know, but it's true to our country that you can't see your psychologist, you can't meet your therapist, because it is, this contact can be under a risk, let's say, for you. But somehow our government thinks that it's absolutely not risky for your health to go and buy cigarettes and go and buy alcohol or go and buy newspaper, which is just filled with all those negative news and absolutely negative content, which has a very negative consequence to your inner world, because it only creates more negative thoughts, more stress and fear, and all that creates only a very, very bad sense within your own self. And how our government tells you to cure your inner mental difficulties, how or what can you do when you don't feel well and when you feel stressed and afraid? Our government says, oh, it's fine, you don't need the psychological health. Go there and grab some cigarettes, because they can probably help you, because it's the only available tool that we give you. And the same is what they are saying about drugs, about alcohol, about CBD, and all the other stuff, which just does not help you, but even makes you feel worse, prolongs your emotional difficulty and mental stress. But well, even though we say we are a very developed society, we've got to face the truth that we are not, that we should be ashamed, or at least those who are running the state or running this world should be very much ashamed of what they put on the priority list. If you put on the priority list people's health, you've got to start with the mental health and the mental well-being, because people are able to achieve miracles and things that are, unbelievable only when they will feel fine mentally and will be able to use their mind and their potential in a maximum way. But if you screw it and if you say no, you have to be dependent on some kind of pills or injection, when you say to people that without mask they are not protected, which is the farther from the truth, then how you can call yourself a developed society when the only thing that you offer to people is cigarettes and alcohol, and the only one rescue which they could, contact, the psychologist and the therapist. You say no, this is risky. So if all those people think that curing the mental health is not important, or even that it is risky, then tell me what then is the alcohol, and are the cigarettes, or is the CBD? Isn't those just a step back? How can you then call your society a developed when you, instead of going forward, you're turning backwards? And for this generation, and maybe for more, it will take those generations years and sometimes even lifetimes to get to understand again that the real power lies within them and has always been there. Only some people told them that it is not truth. But you've got to have the power and you've got to have the strength to don't believe what the people around you say. You've got to be strong enough to use your mental power and strength and will to find where the truth really lies. And is the truth what the other people say? Is the truth where the fear is? Or is the truth connected with the sense of fulfillment, with the sense of knowing and happiness and creativity, and with the sense that you decide for your own faith, no matter in what direction you mean to put it. You decide for your body, for your health, for your family, and for your entire life. This is how much powerful you really are. So don't believe to those people who tell you that you are dependent or depending to something or someone, and go and take cigarettes because it's the only stuff that can help you to ease your feelings and calm your mind. Because it's not. So this society is in fact in a very, very deep crisis. But it's not the crisis of economics, which can turn in a few years. It's not the crisis of politics, which can be changed tomorrow. But it's the crisis of mind, because the mind of people is ill. Because the priorities are completely opposite than to what they should really be. And so those who are seekers are somehow left to be alone, to be seeking without much help. But I want to tell you that in this podcast, you will always get the truth, or at least the best that I could give you for your development and for your internal development of your world, of your mental thoughts, and especially of your being, feelings. Because your being is the only one thing that you have. That I am is the best verse. And you must put this force at the first place. You've got to learn much more about how much powerful this I am is. And then never put there, after these two words, fear. Because then you make it reality. Don't take cigarettes because you don't need them. Don't take alcohol because it's so stupid. And especially don't believe to people who say that you don't have power. Because maybe they somehow believed throughout their experiences and after listening to other people's voices, they started to believe that they are powerless. But it's only a question of time until they will find out that they have the power. And you have two possibilities. Or you're going to listen to them, and then it will apply to you as well. So you will have to wait more and dig deeper to find out that they were wrong, and so you are wrong as well. Or you will have the strength to face them. Don't tell them your truth. Don't tell them what you really think, because this only starts a fight which is not necessary and which will not help you even or them. It doesn't help anyone, because it is the question of development. And now maybe your time is coming to open the eyes. But maybe for them the time is not here and they will have to wait. So don't help them if they don't ask you. But be so wise enough to don't be bound by other people's opinions, and go and be yourself and look for the real truth and power which lies within you, and that you are absolutely free to use it wherever and whenever you want. It's just under your decision and command. And the best thing that I can ever advise you is go and learn to command your mind and to do whatever you decide to do, because you know it's only and always up to your own free will. So thank you for listening. Have a great time, and please put some attention there and see that your inner world really matters. Thank you so much for listening.